Fate, Evangelion, Love Live, Dragon Ball, Precure. What do all of these series have in common? Hey man, that character looks really cool. What series are they from and where do I start? Timelines can be a subject of harsh debate and much confusion in anime, and they have been for many years. Sometimes that confusion can lead to a subpar viewing experience. But what if I told you that Gundam, one of the most prolific offenders, is shockingly easy to start? How? Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but first let's lay down some important ground rules about the franchise. Now, a lot of people may see Gundam as one big line. It starts here and ends here, or maybe here. That's how it may look to an outsider, but let's break that down. There. 10 timelines, a handful having less than 3 entries. Just doing this opens a whole new world to you, but also raises some important questions. If the timelines are separate, can I just start anywhere? Yeah, well, kind of. While realistically you can start at any of these points, you may want to scrub up on the rules of a series that are established in Mobile Suit Gundam. It's the starting point of a series and establishes everything you might need to know so that the other entries can throw a lot of those concepts away. But it'll help you find your feet. This can be the first stopping point because, wow, that's a lot of episodes. I will say personally, I found the original MSG series okay. Like, yeah, I know it's important for a franchise and all that jazz, but I don't know. I really struggled with the earliest shows in the Universal Century until I hit a 8th MS team, which I actually really liked. But the important thing is, you aren't obligated to start there. And honestly, if you just want to dip your toes, give a shot at Iron-Blooded Orphans or Witch from Mercury. Now, those with a keen ear will have heard me say Universal Century and gotten very confused, so let's get a rundown on each timeline. Universal Century, this is the biggest timeline and the most important if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of the series. There's around 20-ish shows and movies for you to sink your teeth into. I'd recommend you see to modern shonen fans. It's where you'll find a starting point of a lot of tropes, and the fights are really good. Future Century, which has Mobile Fighter G Gundam, After Colony, which has the MSG Wing series, After War, which has Gundam X, Advanced Generation, which has MSG Age, Cosmic Era, which has MSG Seed, Anno Domini, which has 00. Build Fighters, Post Disaster, which has Iron-Blooded Orphans, At Stella, The Witch from Mercury, and Correct Century, which has Turn A Gundam. This is a weird one since you'll find in timeline graphs that the UC, FC, and AC and AW lead into it. From what I can find, it's mostly through references and exists long past the other shows. So I think it'll be worth it watching it 1 or 2 before then, just to kind of get those references. So, that's all of them. This is why watch order can kind of be thrown out the window in the grand scheme of things. I think it's a very anime fan thing to discuss and worry about, but a Google can show you how to watch each one of the timelines. But yeah, it's that easy. You'll probably best off comparing it to Transformers, where entries use a similar basis but go off in very different ways. My advice is to read the synopsis of each show to find which one really appeals to you, rather than forcing your way through one just because you have to. The Witch from Mercury or G-Witch and Iron-Blooded Orphans or IBO are some of the best starting points you can pick, being much shorter and very detached from everything else. Personally, I really love G-Witch, though I really need to give IBO another shot. They're both really solid recommendations for modern anime fans, with a lot of the bells and whistles to draw you in, such as banging openings. Well, that's all you need to start, the proverbial boot up your butt. So here's some advice from someone else relatively new to the community in the grand scheme of things. Ignore some of the community. This might sound insane, but the Gundam community, like any other, is privy to discourse about characters, about shows, all of that. So when you're trying to decide for yourself what show to watch, take a peek at the MAL rating, but don't read the reviews. If you see something in a review that says, "Oh, this show sucks, and so do all the characters, and it's all really lame. Oh, I'm an angry person, and I don't have anything better to do with my life," it's something you'll be thinking of subconsciously as you watch. You might even go in expecting to hate it. So just look at the synopsis, maybe peep the score, and move on if it doesn't sound right for you. If you think you'll like it, then crack open Crunchyroll. Other sites are available. And go forth, soldier. Now, it's great for me to say all of this, but if you look at the number of Gundam shows I've watched, you can say I might be talking out of my ass a little bit, which is why I'm following my own method. So let's begin with starting a show. Looking for my options, I had highlighted 00, Seed, and G Gundam to watch through. Though the story of G really appealed to me, I was nearly scared off by its episode count, but it's the only entry in the future century, so I soldiered on.
2 weeks later.
Well, I think now I'm actually recording this, 2 weeks I've been writing the script, I've made it to episode 7. What? I could have sworn I got so much further. What I have seen I have enjoyed a lot, but maybe it's an age thing where I just can't binge shows like I used to. I guess I don't have as much time as I did during. So, what does this really say? Well, technically, I've done the first step. I started a Gundam show and, well, yeah, I didn't finish it by the time of uploading. I started. And isn't that what this is all about? I want to hear from you guys. What Gundam entries will you give a shot after this video? Are you new? A casual fan? A long-time fan who watched all the way through for some reason? Thank you all for watching so far, but before the video ends, I just want to reveal a big announcement. Do you miss when I play games? So do I. Come down to my new YouTube channel, Shelf of Shame, where I will be defeating my long-time backlog of games. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and it would be a huge help if you're interested to go and maybe throw a sub before the first video goes up. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye!